Isang mapagpalang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ang leksyon po natin ngayon ay tungkol sa Scientific Revolution o sa Tagalog ay himagsikang pang-agham. At alamin na rin natin kung ano ba ang siyensya. Tara, samahan niyo ako at alamin natin kung anong mga ito. Ang Scientific Revolution o himagsikang pang-agham, isa itong uri ng pag-aalsa na nangyari noong panahong mailathala ni Nicolas Copernicus, ang De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium o ang mga pag-inog ng makalangit na mga espero, at na mailimbag din ni Andreas Vesalius ang kanyang De Humani Corporis Fabrica o ang kayarian ng katawan ng tao. Ano nga ba ang siyensya? Science is an idea. It includes ideas, theories, and all available systematic explanation and observation about the natural and physical world. Science as an intellectual activity. It encompasses a systematic and practical study of the natural and physical world. This process of study involves systematic observation and experimentation. Science as a body of knowledge. It is a subject or discipline, a field of study or a body of knowledge that deals with the process of learning about the natural and physical world. This is what we refer to as school science. Science as a personal and social activity. This explains that the science is both knowledge and activities done by human beings to develop better understanding of the world around them. It is a means to improve life and to survive in life. It is interwoven with the people's life. Samahan niyo naman ako at talakayin natin kung sino ba yung mga taong sumikat sa larangan ng siyensya. Ipapaliwanag yan ng iba nating mga kasama.
Ako si Jairon Torquator. Samahan niyo naman po ako upang tukuyin ang mga tao na sumikat sa larangan ng siyensya. Nicolas Copernicus. Si Nicolas Copernicus ay isang astronomer at mathematician na ipinakilala ang kaisipang heliocentrism. Ito ay nagsasabing ang planeta ang umiikot sa paligid ng araw. Taong 1508 nang gumawa si Copernicus ng sariling modelo na nagbibigay diin na ang Earth at ang iba pang mga planeta ay umiikot sa araw. At noong mga panahong iyon, naniniwala ang mga siyentista na ang Earth ay hindi kumikilos at nagsisilbing sentro ng kalawakan. At iyon ay isang malaking pagkakamali ng mga siyentista. Kaya't binago nito ang naunang paniniwala ng tao na ang araw ang siyang umiikot sa paligid ng mundo. Kaya noon ay tinagurian siyang the father of modern astronomy. Charles Darwin. Si Charles Darwin ay isang biologist, geologist at naturalist na bumuo ng teorya ng ebolusyon o tinatawag na evolution theory. Siya ay kilala sa dalawa sa mga pinaka-maimpluwensyang teorya sa siyentipikong mundo. Ito ay ang evolusyon at ang proseso ng likas na pagpili or process of natural selection. Dito ay minungkahi niya na ang lahat ng mga species ng mga nabubuhay ay nagmula sa isang pangkaraniwang ninuno at ang mga species na naangkop sa kapaligiran ay ang mga nagpaparami at nabubuhay. Ang teoryang evolusyon ni Darwin ay nagsilbi sa agham upang magbigay ng isang mas makatwirang paliwanag tungkol sa pagbuo o pagkakaroon ng mga bagong species. Sigmund Freud ay isang neurologist na sumikat bilang ama ng psychoanalysis. Ang kanyang mga kontribusyon sa intelektual at filosopiko ay nagbigay ng isang bagong paningin sa kanlurang pag-iisip ng ika-20 siglo. Binago niya ang diskarte sa psychiatry at psychology sa pamamagitan ng paglikha ng mga konsepto at teorya na sinira sa mga itinatag na pamamaraan. Ang psychoanalysis ay hindi lamang nagbago ng paraan ng pagbibigay kahulugan at paggamot ng mga karamdaman sa pag-iisip, kundi pati na rin ang paghubog ng mga aspeto ng kultura ng panahon. Ang postulate, basehan ng katotohanan ni Sigmund Freud ay nagbigay ilaw sa istruktura at paggana ng pag-iisip. Kabilang sa iba pang mga punto, sinabi niya na ang ugat ng pag-uugali ay nakasalalay sa mga repress, pagpipigil, na nais o saloobin.
Cradle of early science. Development of science in Mesoamerica. Maya civilization. Maya hieroglyphics is the alphabet of the Mayan. It is the one of the world-famous civilization that use a writing system. Maize. The maize is the main source of food of Mayan. It also known as corn. Temple of Kukulkan. The Temple of Kukulkan, see in Chichen Itza in Mexico. This temple used also as astronomical observation. This is the temple that we can see the equinox. The equinox is the equal time of day and night. Hydraulic system. Ordinary machineries and tools to supply water in different communities, and this hydraulic system made by Mayan. Mica. This is the glitters paints made from a mineral. Mayan number system. The Mayan number system is used as the calendar of the Mayan. Inca civilization. The Inca civilization made the advanced scientific ideas. They invent the road paved with stone, or also known as espalto. They also invent the buildings made by stone to protect their families for the disasters and calamities. And also, they invent the irrigation system and techniques for storing water for their crops to grow in all types of land. They also invent the calendar with 12 months to mark their religious festivals and prepare them for planting season. They also invent the first suspension bridge, and they invent the quipu. The quipu is a system of knot ropes to keep the records that only experts can interpret. They invent also the Inca textiles, since cloth was one of the special prized artistic achievements. Aztec civilization. The Aztec civilization is like Inca civilization, but Aztec civilization are more improved the science and technology. The Aztec civilization do the mandatory education that the children are mandated to get education regardless of their class, gender, or age. Aztec also invent the chocolate during their time. In Mayan culture, the chocolate used as currency. The Aztec also invent the medication called anti-spasmodic. This medication prevent the muscle spasm and relax the muscle. This medication used also in surgery. Chinampa. Chinampa is the technology for agriculture farming in which the land was divided into rectangular areas and surrounded by canals. We can see that method in our farm also. The Aztec have their own calendar, or we call the Aztec calendar. This calendar, they can plan their activities, rituals, and planting season. The Aztec civilization also the invention of the canoe. This canoe is a light, narrow boat used for traveling in water system.
India. India is a huge peninsula surrounded by vast bodies of water and fortified by huge mountains. In its northern borders, modern India has placed a high emphasis on science and technology, realizing that it is a critical component of economic development. Some ancient texts, like the Sutruta Samhita, that describe different surgical and other medical procedures. Famous in ancient India is also notable in the field as astronomy. They developed theories of the configuration of the universe, the spherical self-supporting Earth, and the year 360 with 12 equals part of 30 days each. According to Sama, 2008, these ancient texts cover topics such as mean longitudes of the planets, true longitudes of the planets, the three problems of diurnal rotation, seasons, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, latitude of the planet, printing and the settings, the moon, crescent, conjunction of the planets, which is other conjunction of the fixed stars, and the plant of the sun and moon in the field of scientific research. India is ranked among the top 5 countries in the world, and it is one of the top 5 nations in the field of space exploration. India is the world's third most appealing investment destination for technology transaction. Modern India has placed a high emphasis on science and technology, realizing that is a critical component of economic development. In the field of scientific research, India is a rank of the top 5 countries in the world, and it is one of the top 5 nations in the field of space exploration. The country has a long history of space exploration, including moon expedition and the famous Polar Satellite launch vehicle. Clifford 2008 and Bose 1998 pointed out of the India astronomer and mathematician Aryabhata 476,550 in his Aryabhatiya to introduce a number of trigonometric function tables and techniques as well as algorithm of algebra. China. From the 1990s to the 2010s, China's science and technology advanced at a breakneck pace. Science and technology has been prioritized by the Chinese government in terms of funding, reforms, and societal position as a critical component of the country's socio-economic progress and nation prestige. The China are known for traditional medicine, a product of centuries of experience and discovery of the Chinese people. China took a number of key steps to align science and technology development with economic growth, with notable achievement in the economic, scientific, and technological domains. The State Council established a leading group of science and technology to macro control the country's work, a group of excellent scientifically minded officials who promote to leadership position at various levels in province and units, and the trial reforms of scientific and technological system was carried out with the focus on the management of scientific research institute and academic titles. The state issues a series of policies and regulations to ensure a smooth reform of the scientific and technological system, including opening up the technological market, strengthening intellectual property rights protection, improving the scientific award system, establishing an experimental facility support system, and encouraging the development of non-governmental science and technology institute. The scientific and technological system has progressed in terms of development and improvement, making it more compatible with economic development. In terms of technology, the Chinese are known to develop many tools. The famous discoveries and invention of the Chinese civilization were compass, paper making, gunpowder, and printing tools. Technology's potential as a growth engine remains largely untapped in the Middle East, where countries not only lack appropriate skilled labor and money, but also employ this resource inefficiently.
Middle East countries. The Middle East countries are dominantly occupied by Muslims, with the spread of Islam in the 7th and 8th centuries. A period of Muslim scholarship, or what is called the Golden Age of Islam, lasts until the 13th century. As a result, the goal of this chapter is to look into the impact of science and technology on Middle Eastern national and regional security. The chapter is broken into 6 sections as a result of this. The first section looks at the connection between technology and development, while the second section looks at how science and technology may help with security. The third portion investigates why science and technology have not played an effective role in the development of Middle Eastern state and society. Based on historical analysis, the following section identifies and analyzes the tools and patterns of modern Middle Eastern technical progress. The paper portion, the paper final portion examines the relationship between science and technology on the one hand and national and regional security in the Middle East on the other. Development of science in Africa. In other parts of Africa, the various city-state kingdoms and empires that dominate the political landscape, science and technology also developed in various ways. The applied science of agronomy, metallurgy, engineering, and textile production, as well as medicine dominate the field of activity across Africa. In other parts of Africa, the various city-states, kingdoms, and empires that dominate the political landscape, science and technology also developed in various ways. The applied science of agronomy, metallurgy, engineering, and textile production, as well as medicine dominate the field of activity across Africa. The ancient Egyptian civilization has contributed immensely, made significant advance in the field of astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. The early science activities in Egypt were developed and used to build retil- rectilinear structure of the Egyptian, especially in building their early home and cities. Egypt was known to be center of alchemy, which is known as the medieval forerunner of chemistry. For instance, documents show that Africa used 3 types of calendars: lunar, solar, and stellar, or a combination of 3. So advanced was the culture of farming within West Africa. The New World agriculture growth was spawned by the use of captives from these African societies. that had already made enormous strides in the field of agronomy. Africa's areas of scientific investigation include the field of astronomy, physics, and mathematics. Laird Scranton, making use of extensive collection of Marcel Grial, has deepened our understanding of Mayan cosmological myths and their perception of the structure of matter in the physical world. Dogon knowledge systems have also been explored in terms of their perception on astronomy. Dogon propositions about Sirius B have been discussed by Charles Spence in The Stars of Deep Beginning. They have knowledge of the basic concept of algebra and geometry. The Islamic region in Africa during the medieval period was also benefiting from mathematical learning, which is considered advanced during those times, such as algebra, geometry, and trigonometry.